It was a man calling himself Tristan, claiming to be from Regions.
He didn't ask for any of my information. He just said, okay, so you didn't, you confirmed that those charges were fraudulent. I said, yes. He said, so can you tell me where your last transactions took place? And I said, Pell City. I've not left Pell City. He said, okay. He said, so you haven't had any charges in Virginia? And I said, those are all fraudulent. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and flag your account, and just so you know, we're going to...
Hello and welcome back to Trend 777. Well, I watched the video and break them down so that you don't have to, but we're going to watch the video anyway. So in this video, it's about a woman that got scammed because somebody was impersonating her bank. They sent her a text message, and they said that they was a representative from the bank. So I know it's around the holidays and Christmas is like right around the corner. So there's a lot of scammers out there. So that is one reason why I wanted to share this story here. So I am going to go ahead and let's take a look what happened to her.
Period ends.
It all started with a text message.
One woman says a text message made to look like it came from her bank cost her tens of thousands of dollars. The scammers sounded legit, had her personal information, and convinced her they were stopping fraud when in reality they were draining her accounts. Well, now she's speaking out to warn others before it happens to them. Now, first, we want to ask you, if your bank texts you, what do? You can scan the QR code on your screen to vote or go to ABC 30.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to take these captions off, too. So, look, the viewer poll, they took a poll. It says, if your bank texts you, what would you do? What would you do? Okay, 62% said call the bank directly. 0% said reply to text, which is something you never do. And 38% said ignore it. And then another 0% said they're not sure what to do. So that says a lot. People really don't know what to do now. When I get texts like this, and I have received some, sometimes I ignore them, sometimes I block them, but I definitely do not interact with them. And if I feel that it is from my bank, I would definitely call them directly.
3340.com. Here's the I-Team's Valerie Bell with that story.
It was a late Saturday evening. A simple text message popped up on Brandy Andrews' phone, appearing to come from her bank.
It said, this is Regions, and they were calling to confirm that I had made this purchase from this location, confirm it was me, yes or no. And I text back, no. I received another text that said a Regions customer service agent will be calling you.
The message included a claim number. Just 2 minutes later, her phone rang. It was a man calling himself Tristan, claiming to be from Regions.
He didn't ask for any of my information. He just said, okay, so you didn't, you confirmed that those charges were fraudulent? I said, yes. He said, so can you tell me where your last transactions took place? And I said, Pell City. I've not left Pell City. He said, okay. He said, so you haven't had any charges in Virginia? And I said, those are all fraudulent. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and flag your account, and just so you know, we're going to put anything that's out of state has to be acknowledged and approved by you.
The caller then said he needed to send a verification code, not by text, but by email.
He didn't even ask for my email. They had it. He sent me an email that had a code, and I said, well, it says don't share this. He said, but I'm with the bank. I said, okay, so I gave him the code.
Believing she had stopped fraud before it spread, Andrews locked down her cards.
When I hung up, I went ahead and locked both of my credit cards because I have both of them here. Both of them are attached to my bank account. And I thought, well, I've done good. I've saved fraudulent charges from happening.
Right, and so I can understand that too. You think, since you locked your card, nothing else can transpire. However, she did give him that code that he sent through the email. That was the mistake right there. So I want to shout out to ABC 3340 for this here news report. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish
And
watching.
The next morning, Sunday morning, I woke up at 5:30 and all my accounts were wiped out. My savings, my checking, and the credit card that's associated with it was charged to the max.
How much money in fraudulent charges did these scammers rack up?
Just from my bank account, it was $14,000.
And more than $20,000 charged to her credit card.
When this person claiming to be from Regions had called you, were there any red flags raised during that phone call?
No, none. Because they didn't ask me to confirm, they didn't ask me for any information. They had all of my information. They asked, the only thing they asked me to do was confirm the code on the email.
She's now working with her bank and has filed a report with the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office. We reached out to Regions Bank. A spokesperson says they never want to see anyone become the victim of fraud, especially during the holidays. The bank hopes this case can help people recognize the importance of staying on guard to protect their accounts. Regions says legitimate financial institutions will never contact customers to ask for passcodes or other private information. If someone receives a call, email, or text claiming to be from a bank and requesting that kind of information, Regions advises not responding in any way. Instead, customers should immediately call their bank using a published verified phone number to report what happened. The bank also recommends updating login information as an added security measure and closely monitoring accounts for any suspicious charges.
How frequent do we see these text message scams where someone's claiming to be your bank or your financial institution?
Almost daily, especially right now with the holidays. The scammers know this is a season that there's a lot of urgency and stress in our lives, and they're taking advantage of that.
The BBB's advice is simple.
Do not respond to any links or call back any number you're given to call immediately. You got the text, now either hang up or just hold on to the text, don't do anything with it, and actually reach out to your financial institution or the financial institution that is supposedly in the text directly through their 800 number.
And I know in this case, the scammer clearly already had this woman's name, who she banks with. How easy is that information for someone to get a hold of?
Pretty easy out there right now with artificial intelligence and just with all the information that's out on the black web. It's not that hard. To get your address is, I can get someone's address in less than 30 seconds. A scammer can do it faster.
What's the likelihood that someone's going to get that money back?
It depends on what information you, the consumer, gave to the scammers. If you've given out your security code information to the scammers, then that becomes on you. That is not the financial institution's responsibility to protect your money if you gave them your PIN number, your account number, any of your security code numbers.
Andrew says she's sharing her story to keep others from becoming victims.
They're really slick, and it looks legit, sounds legit. You give me your name, you send me a claims ID number. As much as I think I know what's going on, they got me good, and I don't want anybody else. I don't want anybody else to have to go through this.
A lesson she learned from experience.
If you can stop it from even starting, that's it, right there. And as simple as it happened to me, I can only imagine the number of people that are getting hit and thinking that they know better.
In St. Clair County, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 I-Team.
Did she get her money
let's
back?
go back to that question we asked you earlier. If your bank texts you, what do you do? Right now, looking at the results, we have 63% saying call the bank directly, which is good. 29% saying they ignore it, and then 4% tied say they replied to the text or they're not sure what to do.
Okay, so let me put this on pause and go back over here. So it is like so easy. It is so easy to get scammed. I got scammed, I think maybe 2 or 3 times. It was like during the time I was like, all right, I was like needing some money, and it was a loan. So I thought I was really getting a loan. And with that, okay, so let me stop. The first time this one guy, he called me, and his voice was very authoritative. And normally when I hear authoritative voices, again, I'd be more inclined to comply, So he called me on the phone, and he said he was from the police, and they was collecting, donations or something for the police fund. And he was asking me some questions, some yes or no questions, and I answered yes or no. And that's one thing I learned from that experience is don't say yes or no, especially when if you're talking to a stranger, because I think there's a way that they can put your answers in some kind of AI generated or computer generated or something, and they can clone your voice and they can call your bank or something and clone your voice with you giving answers that you gave them, but it's not you. So that happened to me, and like a half an hour later, I noticed that money. I get notifications every time there's activity on my bank. So I got a notification that some money was withdrawn, and I immediately called my bank. And so to make a long story short, I got my money back. Okay, that was the first time. Now the second time, I was like, really, I'm just going, hey, I was stupid. And he wanted me, this was the loan when I thought I was getting some loan, and I had to go get some gift cards and stuff like that. So he said that he would send me a check and I would deposit it in my account or something. It was something weird, and I did it. I actually did it. I gave him my PIN number. I gave him I gave him everything, because I thought this was a legitimate loan. It was like I searched them on the internet, and they're listed on the internet, so I thought it was legit. So come to find out, it wasn't. I got scammed. They took a lot of money out my bank, and so I had to go to my bank, and I had to explain to them, and I had the receipts and everything, to prove that it wasn't me. So yeah, so we just have to be careful out there. And it's so easy, especially when you're in a situation and you may need some funds right away, which that was the situation with me at the time. But I learned my lesson. And so the bank that I bank with, they're pretty good with detecting fraud, and then they know the kinds of activity that I normally have on my account. So anytime that they see something abnormal, that's something that, no, that's not the way she bank. So they would call me, they would text me to contact them, or they would call me directly and say, something's going on. So I want to share with you for a few minutes before I end the video, and I'm going to put the link to this in the description in case you want to go back and watch it. So I googled some things that you can do to protect yourself from scams where someone claims to be from your bank. Always verify the caller's identity. Always. And then you can't really verify them, right there and then, because you really don't. They might give you a fake name or something. So I guess verify. I guess you mean Google or something. And then never share where am I at yet? Never share personal information over the phone. Never do that. That was a no-no that I did. And contact your bank directly using official channels. That means don't click on any links in the email. Don't click on any links in the text messages that you may get from this person. So you should already have your bank and credit card numbers. So definitely reach out there to them directly. So recognizing bank scams, imposter scams. This is where scammers often impersonate a bank representative claiming there are issues with your account or that they need to verify your information. And I think that's what happened to the lady in the video. They may use tactics that create a sense of urgency and pressure you. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm on. Okay, and pressuring you to act quickly. And so there's a lot of things that you can do. You can, if you're unsure, you can if you want to see some of these and scams and how to protect yourself, you can just Google, because that's what I did. So I'm just going to read this and then I'm going to end it right here. So phishing attempts. It said you got to be cautious of emails or texts that appear to be from your bank asking for personal information. So these messages may look legitimate, but often contain links to fraudulent websites. So again, like I said, sometimes like me, it took me going through that to learn my lesson, that you never click on links from text messages or email, especially if you don't know the person and you don't know who the email and the text is coming from. I get so many of them, and I just block them. Lately, I have been getting numerous texts about my data is going to be deleted from the cloud, and I need to click the link and block. I block all them numbers, so I do not even respond at all. I don't interact with them at all. And another thing that I think is helpful is that if you don't say answer, if you do interact with them and they ask you questions and they're they're looking for yes or no answers, don't answer yes or no. Try to find words to put in it, or better yet, hang up. I mean, try not to interact. That's the best thing. And so there is one thing that I wanted to say, and it just flipped my mind just like that. So I don't even know. I don't even remember what was it. There's one thing I wanted to say, but it just flipped. It and went out the other way. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here, and I hope that this video helped you to be aware, especially during this time of the season. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. This is a new channel. Well, it's not new. I created it a while ago, but I was busy working on my other channel to get that up, and I'm just now uploading videos to this channel. So I'm a pamper and baby this channel until it started to grow. So your interaction is appreciated, and it will definitely help out. And I want to just say thank you in advance. So I am going to really end the video right here. Okay, so now y'all be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.